Good evening, everybody, and welcome to your EHS Tigers versus the Belleville West Maroons soccer game. We are starting off with 40 minutes on the clock. Our Tigers starting to defend the left half of the field, and the Maroons defending the right half.
Well, Shannon knew about it.
Oh, okay.
The sixth. So we're going to dinner and the game show thing, but you guys can't go because you're going to cake.
Oh, I remember you talking about that the other day. Okay.
We might pick up the cake Friday and go eat at Russell's. You still have it open. We'll be ask Shannon if you
And
guys.
go to Russell's?
Yeah. And if not, we'll just pick it up Saturday before dinner. So you can talk to Shannon.
Okay.
Or I can text her if you
So-
want.
Yeah, send it. Just text both of us, please. I know. Thank you.
Starting off, both teams taking their positions on the field. The Maroons are going to start with the ball in the middle of the E-paw. Looks like the ref's taking just a second. And then we have our first whistle. Playing it back towards the middle of their half and just sending it across to the far side of the field. Maroons taking it back into their half, playing it back to their goalie, just a little bit outside, it looks like, of the box, the 18 box. Tigers taking it back down the sideline, and we have a throw-in. Sending it into the middle of the Maroons' 18-yard box, a little bit more towards the near side. And Tigers taking the possession back. It looks like the Maroons sent it back out of bounds. We're going to have a goal kick for the Tigers. Tigers are relatively spread out above the 18-yard box. Send it right over top. It's going to be a goal kick coming out of the Maroons half. They're going to have their goalie take that kick out for them. Header for the Tigers. Another header for the Tigers, taking it back into the 18-yard box. We have another out of bounds. It is going to be a goal kick, or a corner kick, it looks like, I think, for the Tigers. Kick in a little bit over, almost to the other side of the 18-yard box. We're going to have another out-of-bounds ball. It's going to be a throw-in for the Tigers. Tigers throwing it back towards their half, to their defense. They're sending it back into the middle of the Maroons half. A little bit of physicality there. Maroons are just taking it back over. A little bit of a battle, sending it back into the Maroons half, into the deep corner. Tigers sending it back in the middle, and we have a shot just over the goal, in between the field goal and the top of the goal, like It was a pretty good shot. Had it been a little bit lower, it definitely would have gone in. So we're going to have a goal kick coming out. Header from the Tigers bouncing off of the back of one of the Maroons players. The Tigers sending it back over to the near side. It's like they attempted a through ball, didn't quite make it, bounced off of one of the Maroons players. They try to take it back into the Tigers half, don't quite make it over. Very little pressure from the Tigers. The Maroons just play on that 30-yard line, 20-yard line. Taking it into the Tigers half, sending it all the way back. Tigers playing it to their keeper. Keeping the possession, trying to bring it back into the Maroons half. Almost making it. Looks like it went out of bounds. We have a throw in for the Maroons. Maroons keeping the possession of that ball after a little bit of back and forth. Tigers sending it out of that box. We have a throw in on the near side over here for the Maroons. We have a whistle from the ref telling him to go back a little bit to throw the ball back in. Still a Maroons throwing. Over a few of the Tigers. Another whistle from the ref. We're going to have a penalty kick for the Tigers. Coming out of the Tigers half, right on the 20-yard line. Header from the Tigers, sending it backwards. The Maroons gaining the possession, kicking it out of bounds. We're going to have another Tigers throw in. Tigers throwing it into the corner, almost into the end zone. Attempting to, looks like it was attempting to cross it in. Bounce off of a Maroons player out of bounds. We're going to have another corner kick for the Tigers. I didn't think about it. Maroons taking it all the way into the Tigers' 18-yard box. We have a shot and a goal for the Maroons.
Belleville West goal.
First goal of the game for the Maroons. 33 minutes and 4 seconds left in the half. Tigers resetting to start with the ball, sending it back to their defensive line, just taking it all the way back up, sending it out of bounds. We're going to have a throw in for the Maroons in their own half. A little bit of hesitation there on the throw in, sending it back to the defensive line. Maroons sending it back into the Tigers' half again. Almost on a breakaway. We're gonna have a call from the whistle. We're gonna have a foul on the Maroons. So we're gonna have a penalty, or not a penalty kick, just a kick for the Tigers. Switching the field all the way to the far side. Tigers keeping the possession. Keeping the possession there, right on the line. Sending it back in towards the middle. It's like a through ball to the Tigers. Into the corner over there. A cross in and a header. A pretty good save from the goalie, I will say that. Caught right in the air. There is a new rule for the goalies. It doesn't look like it's going to be implemented in this game. The new 8-second rule that's been put in some of the club games, I know. So we're going to have a call there for tripping, I'm assuming, on the Tigers. We're going to have a kick for the Maroons. Roughly between the 40 and the 35-yard lines. Pass on the ground towards the far side of the field. Pretty big kick right towards the middle of the box. A header from the Maroons sending it out of bounds. We're going to have a goal kick for the Tigers. Maybe it wasn't a goal kick. We have an out of bounds ball. We are going to have a throw in for the Tigers on the far side. Maroons taking it back a little bit into the half, passing back to their goalie. The goalie lost the ball. Almost went out of bounds. A lot of pressure from the Tigers coming onto the kick from the goalie. A lot of physicality in the middle, trying to get the ball almost out of bounds. Another send into the middle, not quite getting contact to get it into the goal. Tigers playing on that line, sending a through ball into the corner. Maroons taking the possession though and trying to send it back into the Tigers' half. Playing among their defensive line. Another attempt to send the ball into the middle of the 18, or get it into the 18 at all. Maroons taking the possession back and sending it back out wide. Tigers keeping the possession on the far sideline. Looks like it was out of bounds. Oh no, it wasn't out of bounds, never mind. The Tigers playing the ball over on the side, trying to send it in the middle. Maroons intercepting it and taking it back out towards the side. Passing it back to their keeper. Sending it right back out where it came from. Maroons trying to send it back down the line again, trying to get it back into the Tigers' half. Another pass back to their goalkeeper. Again, goalkeeper sending it right back to the side where it came from. Maroons keeping that possession, playing it back to their defensive line. Taking that ball all the way up into the Tigers' half. Another really big kick into the 18. Our goalkeeper throwing himself out to go get the ball. Very little pressure coming on from the Maroons over there. Tigers playing it back in the middle. It's like what could have been a shot, didn't quite make it. Maroons goalkeeper receiving it. A really, really big drop kick over into the Tigers half. Almost a breakaway. It was shot from the Maroons wide of the goal. We're going to have a goal kick coming out of the Tigers. Tigers goalkeeper taking that goal kick. Passing it right back to the defense. The kick out of bounds off of the Maroons. We're going to have a throw in for the Tigers. A whistle from the ref. So we have one sub come on, I think. Another header out of bounds from the Maroons. We're going to have another Tigers throw in. Thrown right down the line. And we're going to have out of bounds. We're going to have another throw in, but this time for the Maroons. Coming out of their half. Tigers keeping the possession, playing it to the defensive line. A lot of pressure. No whistle from the ref. A lot of feedback from the audience about that call, or lack thereof. A lot of physicality coming into the game. Ref not calling anything. Tigers playing the possession. Header from the Maroons into their own 18-yard box. Goalie got knocked over. Finally a whistle from the ref. We have a kick coming out of the Maroons half. Looks like it's almost in line with the 6-yard box. Really good kick over the half. I had a header from the Tigers. Maroons taking the possession back though. It's like what may have been an unintentional pass back to the goalie, which I think that's what she's calling it as. We have a whistle from the ref. We're going to have a kick for the Tigers on the far side. Really big kick in right into the center of the 18-yard box. So roughly 3 shots on goal to try and get it in. All of them deflected out. The last one caught by the goalkeeper. Just holding it for a little bit, letting his team get out, get situated. Set right back into the Maroons half. Tigers trying to keep the possession of it. It's Looks like very little pressure at the moment from the Tigers. Trying to play it on the line. A lot of physicality. Tigers trying to send it back out wide. It's going right back into the middle every time. Maroons playing it back to their goalkeeper again. No pressure on from the Tigers. Maroons taking that possession back, trying to get it up the side. Out of bounds, we are going to have a throw-in for the Maroons. All the way up that line. A header from the Maroons, keeping the ball in bounds. A pass back from the Tigers. Almost out of bounds. Ref isn't calling it out of bounds. Maroons just playing it a little slower. Took an attempted kick to try and get it up. Sent it out of bounds. I think we're going to have a throw-in for the Tigers. Maybe it's a kick. I couldn't tell if it went out on the sideline or the baseline. Looks like it's going to be a goal kick, though, for the Maroons. Really good kick right over the half line. Couple headers. A lot of physicality. Looks like there was 2 Tigers on 1. Tigers playing it out wide. Putting it down into the far corner. Have another out of bounds ball. A throw in for the Tigers this time. A header, and their Maroons goalkeeper recovering that ball. A drop kick all the way to the 40-yard line where it hit its first bounce. Header from the Tigers, keeping it in. A lot more physicality. Maroons recovering that pressure, though, playing it back to the defensive line. Trying to send it back into the Tigers' half. Successfully making it back into the Tigers' half. Tigers recovering it, though. A couple misses on the ball. Ooh, a push down. We're gonna have a kick for the Tigers. The Maroons debating with the ref about that call. I think it was valid, though, honestly. Of number 9, Jack Wooten taking the kick for the Tigers. Sending it over to the far side. A header from the Maroons, sending that back out wide. Back towards the Tigers' half. Another whistle from the ref. This time we're going to have a kick for the Maroons. A lot of confusion from the audience, too. Considering it was one of the Tigers players who was on the ground. A little bit of a run up there. Header from the Maroons, sending it further into the Tigers' half. Tigers heading it back though towards the Maroons' half. Keeping the possession of it. Trying to switch the field a little bit. Not quite making it. We have another whistle from the ref. Another free kick for the Maroons. Going towards the Tigers' goal. Right about on the 35-yard line. Okay, everyone's lining up on the top of the 18-yard box, waiting for the kick. A header from the Tigers goes backwards though, almost out of bounds on the baseline. It is out of bounds on the sideline. We're going to have a throw-in for the Maroons. Throwing it back. Another shot at the goal. Recovered by our goalkeeper. Throwing it right back out, switching the field over the far side. Ball sent to the overlapping run. Just taking it up that sideline. Maroons taking the possession back though. Just playing it in the Tigers' half. Defensive line taking the possession. A little bit of confusion there. Tigers on breakaway. A beautiful save from our goalkeeper. Tigers just holding it over there on the far sideline. Sending it back to our goalkeeper. Tigers keeping it on the far sideline, sending it all the way into the Maroons' half. We have a throw-in for the Tigers. I think we did have one sub come on though. Maybe two. Have another out of bounds ball, I think. Oh, never mind. No, it's not. Sent into the Maroons' defensive line. A header from the Tigers. Maroons taking it back over though. I think we almost have a breakaway. I think we do have a breakaway and a shot and another really good save. Our keeper holding that ball for a little bit, rolling it back out. Tigers trying to keep possession, missing the pass a little bit. It's like attempted to get that ball to another player, didn't quite make it. Tigers trying to regain the possession to get it out of their half. Sending it back to the defensive line, up towards the middle of the field. Received by the Maroons, trying to send it back into the Tigers' half. Tigers overtaking it. We have another out of bounds. We're going to have another throw-in for the Maroons over here on the near side. One sub coming on for the Maroons. Maroons receiving that ball, sending it back out of bounds. We're going to have a Tigers throw in this time. Still over on this near side line and in the Maroons' half. Maroons keep taking that possession back, sending it back to the defensive line. Just playing some really far passes. in where no Tigers are. Nobody on him, makes for some pretty simple passes. Ball sent right in the middle. Another shot, save, bounce off of the field goal, the bottom of the field goal over there. We're gonna have a goal kick for the Tigers. We have just under 12 minutes left in the half. Right towards that center circle with the goal kick. Maroons taking the possession back. Far ball tried to be sent to one of the Maroons runners coming in. We're going to have out of bounds ball. We're going to have another throw in for the Tigers. Tigers throwing it parallel to the baseline. Just trying to get it to an open player. Tigers sending that all the way past the 10-yard line. Maroons receiving it and trying to send it back out. Header from the Tigers. Received by the Tigers. Sent back through. Cleared out by the Maroons. Tigers trying to keep the possession over on the far sideline. We have another throw in. We're going to have two subs coming in. One for the Tigers, one for the Maroons. Tigers throwing it back towards their own half. Just keep playing it in, getting closer to the goal. Trying to send it into the middle, not quite making it to an open player. We have a shot on the goal just wide of the goal. We have a goal kick coming out of the Maroons half. And we do have two subs coming in for the Tigers as well. Goalkeeper putting the ball right in the middle of the goal. Sending it almost right down the middle of it, the field. Sending it back out of bounds. We're going to have another throw in for the Maroons. We have more subs coming on. Again, one for the Tigers and one for the Maroons. Header from the Maroons, sending it backwards into the Tigers half. Tigers recovering the possession though. Sending it out wide. With a through run. Ball not quite making it to him without a little bit of interception. Another send back into the Tigers half. Almost out of breakaway. A shot on the goal. Just almost in that corner of our goal. Have a goal kick again for the Tigers. Taking the short option, going right out to the side, and again out wide again. Having to backtrack a little bit though from some pressure. We're sending it back to their defensive line, putting it back in. Another send in right towards the Maroons. Looks like we have a call for him on the Tigers. We have a kick for the Maroons. The ref was saying that one of the Tigers was grabbing their shirt. A lot of protests from people out in the stands. Nearly everyone lined up on the 18-yard line, waiting for the whistle from the ref. A header from the Tigers, sending it out of the 18-yard box, thankfully, and back up the field attempting. Tigers blocking it again. We're going to have a call on the Maroons this time. Tigers kick. Immediately playing that kick. And we have a trip call on the Maroons. Another kick for the Tigers. And it looks like we had a yellow card for that one too. It's like our first yellow card of the game. With 6 minutes, 26 seconds left. Beautiful kick right into the 18-yard box. Maroons sending that right back out though. Attempted header went right over his head. That header connected though. 2 of them in a row. There's like no call from the ref. We do have a man down. No call there either. Tigers sending it back into the Maroons half. Tigers keeping the possession. A lot of physicality coming in the last few minutes of this half. Tigers trying to send it in to get a shot on the goal. Not quite making it. Their goalie taking that back though. Looks like the 8-second rule, the new one, is not going to be implemented at all during this game. So basically, if the rule hasn't been explained, the goalkeeper gets 3 seconds once the ref determines that he has possession of the ball, and then they'll raise their hand and count down from 5 from there. It's not been happening on either of the goalies. So, and another throw-in, sending it into the Tigers half. Tigers trying to send it wide. Slide from the Maroons. Out of bounds. We have a throw-in for the Tigers. We have 1 sub coming on for the Tigers. Almost right in the middle of the field. Maroons trying to send it back out. Header from the Tigers. Not received by the Tigers. One of their defenders coming up to try and take that ball. Tigers receiving it over on the far sideline. Trying to send it back in. Maroons receiving the ball and sending it back out down the middle of the field. Tigers attempting to get an overlapping run to try and get that ball, to try and get a shot. Back out of bounds. Another Tigers throw in. Attempted send in right into the stomach of one of the Maroons players. A header from a Maroon. A lot of battling for the ball. Lots of pressure coming off the Maroons too. Send in from the Tigers. A header almost in the goal. Really good save from their goalkeeper. It's almost in the bottom right corner of their goal. Just drop kicking it out. A header from the Tigers. Bring that ball right down. Tigers keeping the possession of it. An attempted shot almost in, and we have a goal for the Tigers. A beautiful shot on goal. 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in this half.
Edwardsville Tiger goal, C. Maxwell.
That goal. We have a yellow card on one of the Maroons players, I believe. I'm not really sure what that was for, but that goal tying up the game. Maroons starting off the ball, playing into the defensive line. Tigers immediately putting that pressure on. A header from the Tigers sending it right into the Maroons half. Keeping it there. Trying to drive it down that line. Send it back into the 18. Tried to keep it in. Looks like it was kicked off of one of the Maroons players. And we're going to have a corner kick for the Tigers. Header from the Tigers right in the middle, caught by their goalie. Goalie's taking his time. Received by the Tigers, taken back by the Maroons. A lot of back and forth from both teams trying to get the ball. Tigers trying to clear the ball out. Just holding it a little bit. Maroons trying to take it, trying to get on breakaway. Just under about 30 seconds left in this half. Tigers playing it back to their defense. Header from the Maroons sending it back towards their 18. A header to the goalie. Looks like he's just going to hold it for the rest of the time. And put it on the ground. And that is the end of our first half. Tigers 1, Maroons 0. We're going to have, I think it's a 10-minute halftime. And we'll be right back. Welcome back, Tigers, to the Belleville West Maroons versus the Evansville Tigers. We're starting out our second half, 40 minutes on the clock. We have one for the Maroons and one for the Tigers. We have our Tigers starting out the second half, defending the right half of the field, and we'll have the Maroons defending the left half. We've already had 2 yellow cards this game, both for the Maroons team, for different players. And no red cards the whole game. We have had a lot of physicality starting out in the first half. The Maroons players just now getting into the positions. We have a starting whistle from the ref. Tigers playing it back to the defensive line, immediately booting it into the Maroons half. Getting about a half field length all the way over there. Taking it on the far sideline. Maroons taking back their possession of the ball. Sending it back to their defensive line though. A little bit of physicality there starting off. Maroons sending it back to their defensive line. Looked like there was very little pressure from the Tigers there for a second. They recovered though, taking the ball, sending a really pretty through ball into the corner. Shot, not a shot, but towards the middle. Goalkeeper caught it, however, it did go out of bounds after he caught it. He did step over the line. We're going to have a corner kick for the Tigers. We have had quite a few corner kicks for the Tigers. We're sent in the middle, header from the Maroons. Tigers trying to recover it and send it back towards their box. Not quite making it, sending it back to the defensive line. Tigers passing it back to our goalkeeper, switching the field, run on from the Maroons, a lot of pressure. Sending it into the Maroons half. Looks like their goalkeeper is going to receive it. It is outside of his box though. Very, very, very little pressure on the goalkeeper, it seems. There has seemed this whole game. Tigers just kind of letting him walk with it for a little bit. We're going to have out of bounds. We're going to have a throw in for the Tigers. A little bit past the half line. Tiger throwing it back. Very little pressure coming on. Tigers trying to take it into the middle, missing the pass opportunity. Maroons taking that possession back. Send in from the Tigers. It's like the sideline ref did wave his flag up, but I don't think that's the final call from it. Looks like we might just have a goal kick. The ref blowing the whistle. I think we have a corner kick actually. A few attempted headers. I don't think any of them made contact with the ball. Another out of bounds ball. So I think we're gonna have another corner kick for the Tigers. Yeah. It's like a short corner kick. It was almost like a little bit of a tap. A shot on goal. Over the goal, I believe. We have a goal kick coming out of the Maroons box. We have their goalkeeper taking their kick. A little bit of a fake out. Not really a fake out, I feel like. Just kind of running up and stopping to reevaluate. Chest from the Tigers to bring the ball down, to settle it and try and gain possession back of it. Tigers trying to send it down the line, out of bounds though, off of one of our players. We're going to have a throw-in for the Maroons. Immediately took that throw-in. Tigers taking back the possession just for a little bit there. Chip in right into the middle. The Maroons took the ball back, sent it all the way into the Tigers half. Tigers fighting it back though. Another ball tried to send right in the middle. We have a shot on the goal. We have a goal bounce right off of the top of that goal. It was an amazing goal. It's a beautiful goal for the Tigers.
Edwardsville Tiger goal, Key Burton.
It's our second goal of the game. 34 minutes, 33 seconds left in the half. So just under the first 10 minutes in the second half, we have scored a goal for the Tigers. Because of that goal, we have the Maroons starting off with the ball. Immediate pressure from the Tigers. Just bolting to run on to get on the pressure. Very little pressure there, though. Seemed as it just like turned off. We have a call for the ref. We're gonna have a kick for the Tigers. Almost at the half. Immediately took that kick on the ground just as a pass. We had their goalie raise their hand for a call, and now we have a call. It's going to be coming out of the Maroons box. Some good sportsmanship there, though. We helped him up. But I feel like it's kind of a necessity after all the physicality that's been dumped into this game. Header from the Tigers off a really pretty kick from the Maroons. We're going to have a throw-in for the Tigers. A couple people on the field had their arms up a different way, but the ball almost out of bounds. No, it is out of bounds. Another throw-in for the Tigers. Just to keep pushing that ball further and further into the Maroons' half. Tigers receiving it again. We have a flag up from the AR on the sideline. We're going to have a kick going in towards the Maroons' half, towards their goal. It's a very, very, very close shot. It is very far out wide, but in terms of how close it is, we kick right in towards the middle. Header from the Tigers. Back out of bounds. We're going to have a goal kick for the Maroons. our goalie taking it again for him. Received by the Tigers. Looked like one Maroon was trying to run onto it. Didn't quite make it in time. Tigers keeping the possession on the far sideline. We're going to have another out-of-bounds ball. Another throw-in for the Tigers. Almost in the exact same spot as it was for the last throw-in. Sent in towards the middle. Maroons taking it and kicking it out wide. We do have it out of bounds again. We're going to have another Tigers throw-in. Far down that line of AR raising that flag again. We have a kick out. A little bit of hopping from one of the Tigers players. We have a kick for the Maroons. Have a couple people, looked like they were trying to debate with the ref. Really nice kick. Would have been almost right on the half line had it not been deflected out of bounds. The throw-in for the Maroons, throwing it back to their defensive line. Another header, 2 headers from the Maroons, 2 in a row. Whistle from the ref. We're gonna have a kick coming out of the Maroons. Immediately taking that kick, trying to get it into the Tigers' half so they can have a chance at scoring a goal. Try and retie the score. A really good send back for the Tigers. A lot of battling it for the ball. Tigers sending it into the corner. A lot more physicality. There's been a lot of it in the game so far. Maroons sending that out of bounds. We're going to have another Tigers throw-in. We do have 1 sub coming on for the Tigers too. Really big throw-in from the Tigers. All the way from the sideline right into the middle of the box. We have another whistle from the ref. Coming out of the Maroons half, immediately just kicking the ball. We don't have a call there. There was 2 people on the ground. Maroons keeping that possession. A little bit of back and forth. Maroons sending it back into their half. A little bit of a give and go there to try and get it and successfully get it into the Tigers' half. Really close to their 18-yard box. Tigers overtaking it. Keeping the possession again. Really far send. I think that one is out of the stadium. It definitely went up into the bleachers if it's not. We have a throw-in for the Maroons. Tigers sending it right back into their own box. It's out of bounds. We're going to have a corner kick for the Maroons. Tigers gathering in the box. We have a call for shoving in the box before contact has been made with the ball. Ref did blow his whistle. Looks like nothing's going to come out of it though. I think just the warning for the first time. Hopefully the last time too. Header from the Maroons, wide of the goal. Still in bounds though. Tigers just booting it all the way out. Maroons goalkeeper relatively far out of his goal. Did receive the ball though, so that is a good thing for them. Very little pressure at the moment. A little bit at the last second, but not much from the Tigers right now. Maroons playing it in the Tigers' corner. Beating past one defender, sending it in the middle. Tigers thankfully kicking that ball back out. It's like what was meant to be a shot on goal, just wide of it. So we're going to have a goal kick for the Tigers. Moving the ball a little bit. Our goalie signaling to his team to get up. He's not going for a short kick this time. Header down from the Tigers back towards their goal. I'm going to send it almost out of bounds. A lot of back and forth too. Tigers taking the possession back. Sending it right in the middle. Switching it a little bit too. Lost the ball though. Trying to fight to get it back. Back out of bounds. We're going to have a throw in for the Tigers. Thrown right to one of our players. Maroons sending that back out wide though. Tigers knocking it out of bounds. We're going to have a throw in for the Maroons. Tigers recovering it from the throw in. Back to their defensive line. Trying to switch the field and get it all the way up. A bit of a bicycle kick from the Maroons, it looked like. The whistle from the ref. We're going to have a kick towards the Maroons. So we're going to have Tigers taking it. I'm assuming it's just going to be like a free kick. Really pretty kick towards the ball. Header from the Tigers receiving it. Attempted header to try and get that ball in as the final touch. Their goalie, however, was there and caught the ball just as it would have gone in. A really big punt from their goalie. Missed header for one. Two missed headers. Maroons recovering possession. Tigers trying to take it back. A pass back to their defensive line, sending it really, really deep in their corner. But a missed pass. Tigers, though, almost recovering it. Not quite keeping it, though. Tigers booting the ball over into the Maroons' half. It's out of bounds. We're going to be throwing for the Maroons. Again, throwing it in parallel to the lines on the field. Very minimal pressure. Maroons just bringing it up all the way into the Tigers' half. Almost into their 18-yard box. A slide tackle, it looked like. Nothing from the ref. I think we had a throw in from the Maroons into the middle. A shot on the goal just over that corner. A whistle from the ref. Looks like it's just a player coming on for a sub. So we're going to have another goal kick coming out for the Tigers. Again, signaling up to get up for the big kick. Maroons just booting it back into our 18-yard. We have another out-of-bounds ball. It's going to be a Maroons throw-in. Taking a little bit of time to get set up. A lot of running from both teams. Try and cover as much as they possibly can. Another send in towards the middle, headed out, 2 headers out from the Tigers. Tigers just sending that ball all the way into the Maroons half. Only about 3 of them at the time that were back there. Ref signaling a play on. Now we do have a whistle. We're going to have a kick towards the Tigers' goal. Maroons taking it. A lot of quick kicks have been made throughout this half, especially from the Maroons' side. A lot of pressure this time from the Tigers. Pass back to some of the open players. Not quite the defensive line. Blocked by the Tigers. Maroons keeping that possession. There's a couple really good moves there to keep the ball. Send in, almost on breakaway. Our goalkeeper recovering it. There's beautiful recovery. It looked like 3 people running at him at the same time. Drop kick, attempted settled. Didn't quite settle it all the way. Maroons taking that possession as a result of it. Tigers not giving up on it though. Attempted pass back for a give and go. Intercepted by Tigers. We have a, what is, I think a breakaway. Almost a breakaway. Sent in, and we have another shot, and a goal bounced right off of the goalie's leg. Another Tigers goal that gives us 3 goals for Tigers. 18 minutes, 11 seconds left in this half.
Edwardsville Tiger goal, Jack Kurgan. With the assist by Zane Maxwell.
Beautiful goal. We're at the point now with the score that most players will be concerned about. Once one team is up by 2, usually that is the turning point for the game, where you can kind of predict. Not in all cases, but the majority of them. And a lot of immediate pressure off the kickoff. Tigers taking the possession back. Another shot on goal, bounced off of one of the Maroons players. Their goalie caught it. He's waiting a second, giving his team a little bit to recover. Second's going to be a punt from him. Way back out to the half. A beautiful settle. We do have a whistle from the ref, though. Not sure what it was for, but it's for the Maroons. Waiting for that whistle again, I think, to kick it. Really good send in to the wrong player, though, unfortunately for them. Another little bit of a give and go from the Maroons. A lot of pressure coming on from the Maroons, trying to get another goal back. A whistle for the ref. Looks like we're gonna go towards the Tiger side. We have another yellow card that makes our third yellow card of the game, this time on a Tigers player. We do have a sub for the Tigers too coming on. We have another sub coming on, I think, for the Maroons. We did have that whistle from to kick the ball. Header from the Maroons. Tigers goalkeeper recovering it, just jumping on it and laying down. Signaling he's going to pass it out a little bit short. A lot of pressure from the Maroons in those last couple plays. A really big kick down the sideline. We're in the Maroons' half. Attempted through ball. Their goalie coming out, sliding to grab that ball, smother it with. Another punt from their goalkeeper. I will say their goalkeeper does have some really good punts. Some back and forth with the ball. It's like Maroons taking over possession, almost out of bounds. We have another whistle from the ref. Looks like we're gonna have another yellow card. It's quite a few yellow cards this game. I think that's 4. We have people in the stands chanting, "You can't do that." So I think we're gonna have a kick. I'm not sure which way it's going. I think it's going towards the Tiger goal. Maybe it's a throw-in. I think it's a throw-in. Waiting for the whistle, I think. Not entirely sure what the ref is directing, but and there's the whistle for a throw-in. Header out immediately by the Tigers. Another throw-in for the Maroons just right on that spot, and they're going to have a sub come on too. Looks like everyone's going to be roughly in the same position they've been in before. Maroons playing it back to their own players. We have an out of bounds ball. We're going to have a goal kick for the Tigers. Or maybe we're not. No, I think it's going to be a corner kick actually. Looks like there were quite a few attempted headers, though none of them made contact. Maroons keeping the possession, trying to send it in. A really, really close shot, a really great save. Oh, looks like he didn't touch the ball, so it wasn't safe. It was just very close to being in the goal, but just wide of it. Keeper playing it short again for the goal kick. Sending it all the way into the Maroons' half. Can bring that ball down, can get another shot on. Like trying to send it across. Looks like we're gonna have a goal kick for the Maroons. Whistle from the ref, telling the subs to go back to the line. A really, really pretty goal kick coming out all the way to the 35-yard line before anyone really got contact with it. We're going to have another whistle. A kick for the Tigers. Going in towards the Maroons' goal. Pretty much right on the 40-yard line. Maroons receiving the kick from us. Ball is getting played out wide towards the near sideline. Looks like they're going to attempt to maybe switch the field. Less people over on the other half. Attempted pass. We're going to have a throw in for the Maroons. We're also going to have the sub come on that previously tried to. It's like we have one for the Tigers and one for the Maroons though this time. Maroons receiving that ball, keeping possession of it, switching it a little bit, more towards the center. Trying to send that in towards the Tigers box. Tigers taking the possession back, taking it all the way up the line. Almost beating one defender. We do have a call though here. Looks like a foul, I think. We're going to have a kick for the Tigers. Ref telling them to move it. Tigers just playing it back among their defense. A lot of battling out. A lot of physicality too. A little bit of a late call. I was kind of wondering if it was going to be called on us there. We're going to have a kick for the Maroons. We're just under 10 minutes left in the half. Maroons playing that ball. Their defense up relatively high. That is definitely a trip. Looks like another yellow card. That's 5 yellow cards this game alone. 3 so far this half and 2 the last half. Have a kick almost right on the half line for the Tigers. Playing the ball like a pass. Really quick run on from the Maroons. Tigers sending it in. Past the goalie. Tigers missing it too. Like a clean slide tackle, I think. They're not calling anything. We're going to have a throw in for the Maroons. Maroons booting it into the Tigers half, almost past their defense. Tigers heading that back out. Maroons just keeping it for a little bit. Not a ton of pressure coming on. There's a lot of communication from the field. I'm not sure if all of it's as calm as usual. Almost out of bounds. Kept in by the Tigers. Just dribbling up the line. Beautiful sent in. A little bit of a bobble. A shot just wide and over the goal. We're going to have another goal kick for the Maroons. There's been quite a few balls that have gone out for either goal kicks or corner kicks this game. Another really good kick. A great header from the Tigers. Maroons overtaking it, taking the possession back. Having to dribble back into their own half, though. Maroons just kind of playing it on that line. I think pressure is easing up a little bit from the Tigers. Maroons keep trying to send the ball in. Tigers not letting it happen. Just keep sending it right back out, right back into the Maroons half. Tigers taking it back up the near sideline. Header from the Maroons. No call on there. Maroons just keeping the possession, dribbling past quite a few people, trying to get it in. Nothing there either. We're going to have out of bounds. We're going to have a throw in for the Tigers. Taking a little bit of time on the throw in. I think we did have a sub maybe come in. A lot of physicality in the corner. I think we're going to have a corner kick too. It's either a corner kick or a throw in. I think it's a throw in actually, not a corner kick. Only one checking in to receive the ball. A lot of protest from the audience, making a lot of noise. We finally have a whistle from the ref. Looks like it's going to be coming out of the maroon side though. Maroon's taking the kick. It's almost right at the corner. We're just far up the line. A really big header. Another whistle from the ref. Another kick for the Maroons. Almost everybody from both teams are gathered in the Tigers half besides the Maroons goalie. Tigers just booting it back up the far sideline. Just under 4 minutes left in the half. Almost there. Maroons not letting up on pressure though. And we have a call on the Tigers again. Another kick for the Maroons. Seems like their kicks are just getting closer and closer every time. Tigers kicking that ball back up into the Maroons half again. No Tigers back there to receive it though. A lot of physicality, a lot of battling for the ball. Just Tigers slowly inching over. And we have a throw in for the Maroons. We have a whistle from the ref. It's like, I think we're gonna have a kick for the Maroons. The kick bounced right off the back of one of the Tigers. I don't even think it made 10 yards. Okay, we have a, very rightfully so, we have a call on the Maroons. Looks like there's going to be no card, but there is a kick for the Tigers. Pass back to the defense and then back again to our goalie. Another really big kick. Header from the Tigers. Tigers trying to keep the possession of it. Trying to send it in. Maroons deflecting it right back out. Up towards the center. In that center circle. Maroons receiving it. Trying to get it in. Ball just taken right from underfoot. And Tigers just dribbling it up the sideline. Tigers just keeping the possession of the ball right on the sideline. The Maroons are definitely not letting up on the pressure as we near the 1 minute left mark. We're going to have another throw in from the Maroons. Again, throwing it back. I have noticed that they throw the ball on their throw-ins back quite a bit. Seconds left in the game. Maroons trying to send it in. Tigers receiving it and just sending it right back out. Almost out of bounds. Looks like it was out of bounds. The ref did call it out of bounds. We're going to have Maroons throw in. So with 35 seconds left. Another throwback to their players. We have a shot on the goal. And it is over the goal. Wide, a little bit wide too. We're going to have a goal kick for the Tigers. I think this is just the end of the game here. A short goal kick out. Just everyone just concluding that that's the end of the game. And our final countdown has ended. We have Tigers win 3-1 against the Belleville West Maroons. That is the end of our game. I hope you all have a nice night and thank you for tuning in.